Hello everybody. Now I know it's a long while since I made a video. That's because I've had many other things to be doing, and my hobby of RC cars takes a back seat when that happens. But with the summer coming, I thought to myself, well, let's have a play about with the cars. Well, the ones that I have left anyway. So, noise in the background, by the way, is the tumble dryer because yes, I am doing some washing. Anyway, I plan on taking this out a few times next week possibly. Now, the last time that you lot saw this, well, that was the last time I made a video, I believe, when I started it up. Now, I'm just going to check to make sure that it does still start, because I know there's a few things I've got to fix on it. Now, I've got to fix the wheels, well, I say the wheels, the little nut things that make, you know, I'll show you later. I just want to make sure that it still does start, because it's been a good few months, and it wouldn't surprise me if the two-stroke oil has made little jellified things in the jets in the carb there, and it's going to cause a blockage. So I'm just going to make sure that it does actually start up still before we go any further. So let's go and check that out first. There we go. Runs absolutely wonderful. Bearing in mind the temperature out here is about 6 degrees at the minute. It's very cold and nippy, so I've got the old jacket on. The choke's off. I turned the choke off straight away. It's a lovely engine, and it still smells brand new. Going to start going down a little bit now as it warms up. I do like the sound of this engine. Well, it's in a stupid position. Why on earth they decided to put it at an angle like that, I have no idea. But there you go. So now we know that it runs. I'm not going to have any problems with any block jets anytime soon anyway. Let's go back inside and see if we can repair the damage that I done last time I used it. Right, this is the main problem that I've got so far with this little Truggy buggy thing. Now, I don't know if I've ever explained how these work. Basically, you have these little square things that go on to the shaft. And you do these little, they've got little grub screws, and I've taken that one out, it's there. But there's two little grub screws. Hopefully we can get a decent focus on that with the lighting. Two little grub screws in each one. And obviously there's the same shape on the wheel for that, and that the wheel slots over it, the rim slots over it. The problem that I've been getting is these grub screws, they work their way loose fairly easily, and then therefore they do not grip on this shaft. I mean, as I hope that you can see, I don't think the lighting is doing us any favours here, but the shaft is now quite rounded off, and it's not really going to be doing its job in any way. So one of the things, well, one of my subscribers mentioned that on their one they used a good quality thread lock to lock the little grub screws nice and tight. I did have a few good thread locks, can't find them. This one I found on top of the shelf, it's quite dusty. But this one's stud and bearing, high strength performance grade, locks and seals, threads, parts, nuts, bolts, screws, etc. I have obviously used it before. There's not a lot left in it, but I can't remember what I used it on, and I can't remember whether it worked very well. But I thought to myself, I might try that. Well, I'm going to try it as well. But what I might do is see if I can get a drill bit and drill a little hole in there and another little hole on this side, so that when the grub screw gets screwed down, and hopefully you can see, hold on a minute, I don't think, well, it might be, you might be able to see it on a computer screen, but on my little viewfinder I can't see it. Oh, just about. You see that the screws will come through and obviously come, you know, go inside, sort of thing, if you know what I'm trying to say. So then they will go inside the little hole that I'm going to drill, the little countersunk hole in here, and they should lock themselves in place rather than just sitting on top there and gripping, which is really bad design, if you want my opinion. I mean, I've never come across any RC car that's got this design. I mean, usually, and all the HPIs that I've got, they have this same design, where this goes into the rim like that, but usually there's a hole with a pin what goes straight through, and there's a hole that goes all the way through here, and the pin goes through it. So there's no way that it can slip because it's straight through the shaft with a pin. It's much better design. Why they decided to think up this design is beyond me. It's obviously been skimped upon, and you know, they obviously didn't test it very well, because I mean, the first day I took this out, it only took about half an hour, and this come loose. And once it come loose once, that's when it messed all that up, and now it comes loose all the time. I mean, I couldn't even use it for 2 minutes without this coming loose, but you know, that's why I stopped using it. So anyway, what I'm going to do is, I think if I can find a drill bit, because the thing is, I've lost everything when I moved everything about. If I can find myself a nice drill bit that's the right size, I'll drill some holes. If I can't, I'm just going to put some thread lock on and do these up jolly tight to see whether they hold or not. Well, what I ended up doing was simply, I couldn't find the drill bit that was the right size. I either had far too big, and well, I wouldn't have had any shaft left. It would have dramatically weakened the shaft, or I had far too small, you know, and the grub screw would never have gone inside it, so it would have been pointless drilling the hole in the first place. So what I've done is I've just got my thread lock here, and I've put it on both the grub screws. I've also put a bit on the shaft, so it should lock this little square nut thingy to the shaft. I'm hoping it'll glue it to the shaft. That's what I'm hoping. You've got a little bearing behind there, so you've got to be careful not to glue it to the bearing, but well, you know, shit happens basically. So hopefully it'll glue it to the shaft, plus it will lock both grub screws well and truly in there. The only thing is, I probably won't better undo them if I ever need to undo them again. Never mind. We'll worry about that in the future. So, yeah, let's do that to the other side. Well, it would appear that the plan hasn't worked, because although the thread lock probably hasn't had time to dry yet, it's not a good sign when you're trying to do up your wheel bolt and the whole lot is turning. It would appear that this truck is absolutely rubbish. I mean, what on earth? Well, I'm going to stop going on and complaining about it now, and I'm going to try and fix it, but I think I'm going to have to try and find myself a drill bit just to drill a hole in there once and for all, man, because I don't think any amount of glue or any amount of anything is going to stop this problem, apart from a pin going straight through it. I think that's the only way we're going to stop the problem. So I'm going to have to try and see if I can find a drill bit. Right, this is what happens when you don't have the right equipment. If I had a nice drill press, I could take that off the car, put it in the drill press and hold it nice and still and probably drill through it, even though it is quite hardened still. Problem is with my little drill there, and I don't have any vise or any, well, I do have a vise, but I haven't mounted it on the bench yet. Don't have any way of holding it still. I've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to drill it out. It's just not happening. you know, it's a round surface. I've tried centre punching it, it ain't happening. Not with that drill anyway. I need a drill press is what I need, which I don't have. So, plan 1 didn't work. Plan 2 hasn't worked because I don't have the right equipment. So plan 3 is to get me super glue. Go get me hot glue gun. Actually, I'll use hot glue. Actually, I was going to use super glue. I'm going to use hot glue. Yeah. I'm going to make sure this is all properly clean. No grease, no oil. As clean as I can make it. I'm going to get some degreaser on it to make sure that the glue has the best chance possible to stick. It's not going to work. You know, you lot are all watching this going, it ain't going to work, man. It ain't going to work. But I might be able to get 10 or 15 minutes of using it before I give way again. Who knows? I'll leave it overnight to dry as well, even though it only takes about 10 minutes to dry, but I'll leave it overnight before I start putting the wheels back on. So yeah, I'm going to glue these to the shaft. The thing is, I can't even weld them to the shaft because these are aluminium and that's steel, so I can't even weld it to the shaft. If these were both steel or both aluminium, then I could weld it to it, but I can't do that. So I'm going to glue it, see what happens. Just, you know, it's not going to take 5 minutes. And then I'll glue these in as well. Forget the thread lock, I'll glue them in as tight as I can. So yeah, plan 3 or plan C, whatever way you want to look at it. And if, well, I know that ain't going to work, so I'm going to have to try and find a better solution. I wonder if they actually do upgrades for this, where it's got the pin already in it, so I can just upgrade the shaft. I'm going to have to do a bit of research. They might do an upgrade, or I might better take one off of another car that fits. I'll see. If any of you lot out there have this, and you found an upgrade, or you found another part what fits that's got a pin in it, please let me know. Now I just found the other bottle here. I've got 3 bottles, and this one is lock and seal, medium strength removable grade. Now I can't remember when I read out what this one says, whether I said permanent grade, which is what it says, or if I said premium grade. I can't remember, because when I saw that word I thought it said premium, and me being stupid like I am, it's not, man, it's permanent grade. Yeah, I found this other one. I have got 3 bottles different, but I can't remember what the other one is. If this one's removable grade, then the other one must be nothing. But hey ho. Yeah. So I tried the hot glue. I should have showed you. I should have videoed doing it, but it was pretty ridiculous, man. Hot glue is, well, I've used hot glue many times and it's usually pretty crap, but this is no good whatsoever. I mean, I put it on, let it set, and well, that's how it was. I literally pulled that straight off. So that's no good. Hot glue is out the window. So now I haven't got any actual super glue. I mean, I'm the world's most unprepared person in the world. You know, I'm just ridiculous. So I'm going to use this permanent grade, and I'm just literally going to whack it on. I'm literally going to paste it with this stuff now, and we'll see what happens. I mean, yeah, it'll be a laugh, won't it? Right, yeah, and I've got my wheels and my nuts. I've pretty much glued both of those stupid little things on with this stuff. Don't think it's going to work, but worth a try. I'm going to leave it overnight now. Well, it'll be more than overnight. It'll be a good few days before I use it next, but I'll leave it overnight before I put the wheels on. What can I do? That's about it, my friends. It's a stupid design. I can't believe they made them little square things out of aluminium as well. So the problem I've got on the left side is, this left side now, the one I'm pointing to, is the threads have actually gone on it. Yeah, the threads, when you're screwing the grub screws in, the threads are just not, they're fucked now. So that's no good anyway. That one has got good threads on it, but it won't be long because that will go as well, because it's aluminium, but then you got steel grub screws. It's ridiculous design, as I keep saying. But anyway, they're pretty much glued on. We're going to see how it goes. It ain't going to work, I know for a fact. But there's nothing else I can do right now. I'm going to go and find my battery charger to charge up the battery. And I don't even know where the transmitter is, to tell you the truth. It's probably amongst all those over there somewhere. Transmitter. I'll have to search it. I'll have to... Oh, I can see it for me. I can see it. I've got to make sure that's got good batteries in it. Sweet. Right, got my battery charger. I'll tell you what. While I'm here, while I'm in the you know, in the ways of complaining. I don't like to complain, but what it is, the battery that comes with this goes in there, right? It's just a generic. I think it's a Nikam thingamajig. Not, it ain't a LiPo. No need to have a LiPo anyway. But it comes with this little charger. That little charger there. Now I thought to myself, well, you know what? I don't want to use that. It's just a slow charger. It'll take all night. You know, no good is it really? I'll just use me my multi-charger that I use for everything. I've got a wire that's got the same connection on it. Not a problem, yeah. Connected it up. The charger won't charge it, man. It don't want to know. I've got 3 chargers. All 3 of them will not charge this battery. Just won't charge it. One of them's got a screen on it. It throws up an error saying the battery's not suitable. Fair enough. And the other ones just won't charge it at all. So I'm going to have to try and find myself another battery that's better so I can charge it, because my chargers will charge this type of battery in about 15 to 20 minutes, whereas this one, I believe it takes 12 hours to charge this battery from empty. So that's another downfall, but it's not the end of the world. I can always get another battery and then I'll be able to discard the battery and the whole charging system and just charge it with a thingy. But like I said, you know, I'm not doing this hobby enough to warrant spending loads of money on things now, which is why I sold the flux and all that stuff. What I've got here, this is the transmitter for this little buggy. It's FS Fly Sky. Yes, what it is, FSGT2. Digital... What the hell does that say? Proportion... Ah, my fault. Digital proportional radio control system. It's 2.4 gigahertz. It's actually not a bad little thing. It's got a little charging hole there, and I don't know what the DSC is, but never mind. I'm not a professional, my friends. So yeah, it hasn't got any batteries in it. I've got to get some batteries. It's not bad to hold, so I'm alright with this one. I've got to find myself some batteries for it. It's got all the usual controls that you would expect on a transmitter. Sweet. So that's that. I've got everything that I need now. I'm going to let that charge. Then I've got everything I need. Plenty of petrol. So when I go out with it, I will video it. But I can pretty much guarantee that these little things will not hold up. They will not hold up. I can guarantee it. So like I said, anyone that's had this issue and has fixed it, let me know, man, and I'll take your advice. So I'm always up for learning something new. If not, I'm simply going to try and find another one that's the same that'll fit with the pin through it, or I've got a friend actually with a drill press. I'll go to my friend and we'll drill them out. Sweet, my friends. See you later.